So this is a video just after the intake install, so now it sounds a little bit different, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a rev off now. You can hear it straight away. That I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you notice a significant difference with the airflow going in. Obviously it's not closed off, so can actually hear what's going through the intake of the fart body. But it's nice to be back on full power after the last bodge for the intake. It still sounds quiet when you're just normal, but the window's up so we don't get much wind noise. Few cars in front of me, so I'm just gonna slow up a little bit. Definitely get that Hellcat vibe. Definitely get that Hellcat vibe. You just hear it. Just golfing it in. But haven't had any overheating problems. Drove it out for a couple of hours earlier, just having a little bit of fun with it. But no, it seems to be running, I'd say, wow, it's definitely better than the previous intake, but it's hard to tell what it was like running with the actual box itself. It feels about the same. Like, it doesn't feel like a significance of change between the airbox and open filter. You just get more of a nice sound. I don't know, pickup feels good. I think those air ducts are actually helping out a little bit, getting more air in. I think if I channel it a bit better, possibly get more air to go in. These engines run hot anyway, so it ain't going to make a bit of a difference. So it's just low gear now. Yeah, it just sounds nice. It just sounds really, really nice. It's ready to pull as well. I think with my bodge though, it's made a significance difference just because of how bad that was. Obviously reusing the 45 intake tube with just half of the actual mina gallery intake, it just didn't really go well with it. And now it just feels like it's running on all fours, well, all fours, all eight. Yeah, that sounds good. That's addictive. That's addictive. I can already see fuel going left, right and centre just by doing that. I think if you're wanting to hear more of that supercharger whine, I think yeah, if you want to hear more of that supercharger whine, that's that will definitely do it. That will definitely do it. It was pretty easy to install. Just a couple of brackets which you have to readjust to get it fitted under the vent. Like right now I can see my vent popping out because of where it sits. I reckon I could bend the heat shield back a little bit and try to do a little bit of wiggling and that and try and get it all on form. But something that's temporary right now, because I do plan on doing something with the vents on the bonnet. So I'm just going to do the windows on, see what it sounds like. So even through the cabin, I can barely hear myself. does sound good. That does sound good. A lot more of that whine. A lot more of that whine. With that, even with the windows up, it sounds terrific. You have to put them down though, they're a bit got normal speed. Yeah, whilst it's this hot, it's not good to have the windows up. Seeing as I have no aircon and anything like that, so. But no, really happy with the results. It does sound good. Like I say, performance doesn't feel like it bogs. It really does, yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I can imagine with a better exhaust without the rear mufflers, hearing both the supercharger whine and then hearing that V8 burble at the end of it, that'll just be... Even not flooring it, it sounds good. And then when you go back to cruising, back in comfort, it just sounds normal. Don't hear that whine at all. Every time you dab the throttle, it sounds like you get a bit of a blow off. Really, sounds like. So if I just cruise down, there you go. Yeah, it sounds good. More supercharger noises, please. Be interesting to hear what it sounds like with the throttle body upgraded and that. So a bigger millimeter and all that, that'd be really nice to hear. But I expected it to sound good, just not this good. I didn't want it to be addicting, and now it is. Hopefully it wears thin. So, bloody affording the fuel prices on these things, they're absolutely extreme. Is there everybody? Thank you. But yeah, it only took it took me 2 hours to install, but you could knock it out in about half hour, just because the heat today was ridiculous, so having to keep on refilling up. Like I say, adjusting it was a bit of a pain. The vents at the front, they took quite long, because you have to drill out a bit of the frame at the front so you can actually make them function. They could go underneath it, but you'd rather have direct air going through into the system. To be honest, it keeps the front end down at higher speeds, which is also nice. So they're not going to be for everyone, because I just wanted to do something different, because I've got like some bumpers and side skirts, rear bumpers to go with it. Like I say, get some other new vents and everything to go with it. So it's all in just the way of the styling and everything of what I'm thinking it's going to look like. like I say, low profile at the rear so I can fit better suspension on without the fear of it rubbing. It was just a temporary measure because I just wanted to try something different. But if anything, in my book, the car looks loads more aggressive at the front, which is kind of what I kind of want. I think you look at all the new XKRs and like the F-Type Rs and that, and they just look so aggressive. Whereas this just looks a bit baby-faced at times. Still one of the best looking cars you can get on the market. But it just lacks that front, which in my eyes, it looks like it could use a little bit of extra here. And if you're thinking about like improving the car in general, probably improve the aerodynamics of it will help loads. What you got? You crashed? Yeah. Well, that's enough of that. There's a tow truck in front of me. Don't want to be tempting fate now. I'm right around the corner from where I live, so. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Well, thanks again for watching, guys. See you in the next one.